Hello and welcome. I'm Adar Pratap Singh. You're joining us on this special interview on Newsx. We're in conversation with filmmaker Siddharth Malhotra. Siddharth, of course, is all set to wow you this July with Ikka on Netflix. Already, the first look got everyone talking. I think ever since the announcement was made, we were there at that function in Mumbai. Siddharth, welcome. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much. Pleasure being all mine.
As I said, you've really intrigued everyone ever since that announcement was made of who's been cast in Ikka firstly, and then of course the first look, the teaser has got everyone talking as well. What's the kind of buzz you are picking up on ground, and how does that make you feel as a maker?
The buzz that I'm feeling is makes me nervous because the expectations are a lot compared to what's going on right now. So I understand that the expectation right now from the film from us. Um but when we cast the film, we didn't have these actors at that point in their careers. So now that that added pressure is there, I'm hoping that the people we all believe, including Sunny Sir, Akshay, everybody who's seen the film, Netflix, all of us, that we've made a good film and we will not hopefully disappoint the audiences and their expectations.
Yeah,
But yeah, the buzz is huge right now. Even with just a poster announcement, just an next on Netflix, just them walking shots, the buzz was huge. I'm waiting for people to see the trailer, which comes out very soon this Monday, and and then of course we have few more units which are going to come out before July 10th.
yeah.
So really excited. I'm waiting for people to see the film now because it's been a long journey for me to try and get this film made.
Yeah, yeah. Let's just talk then about the casting, because that also has, generated so much of praise. The fact that Akshay Khanna and Sunny Deol are reuniting on screen
Yes.
after so long,
After 29 years. 29
29.
years.
Wow, that's almost 3 decades.
Yeah,
Amazing.
this Akshay only told me on set that it's been 29 years since Border, since we have
Yeah,
actually been together on screen. So I was
yeah.
like, wow, 29 years you guys have not shot together.
Is
Uh,
a long time, and
is a
when
long
and
time.
especially when you have an iconic film like Border and the two of
Yeah,
them, and
true,
then they
true.
they don't shoot together, they don't work together, and then you bring them back together in Ikka. So how
Yeah.
did the casting happen?
The casting happened. I was doing another film for Netflix
Hmm.
and with Sunny Sir only. And that film, for some reason, fell through. I
Okay.
had gone to meet Sunny Sir for this film almost a year and a half ago, and when he was shooting Batwara. At that point of time, I told him, "Sir, I really want to make this film, and this is a script that I see you as a lawyer, and we've I kept speaking to him over years about this film. Finally, I went and narrated it in about a year and a half. He loved it then even, and then we were trying to put economics, everything together. It took its time, didn't happen, and finally, when this film fell through, which I was going to do with Netflix, and we were like, do we have something else? Because they, after Maharaj, they wanted also to collaborate with me, and it had
Yeah,
come from them.
yeah.
So I, like every film, anybody asked me in my career, which film do you want to make? I used to always go with Ikka.
Hmm.
This is the film I want to make. This is the film I want to make. So again, I went naturally and told Monica and Ruchika and Amit that Ikka is the one I want to make.
Hmm.
Read it. They heard it. They took a narration. They loved the script. They said, "Why don't we narrate it to Sunny Sir again? Sunny Sir as
Okay.
a lawyer will be great." I said, "He's heard it. I'll go and narrate it back again." So he said, "हाँ फिर से सुना दे मुझे."
Huh.
From this point of view, I went and narrated it. He loved it. He said, "Who do you think as this guy, Shaurya Gaur?" He says, "Well, what important character hai?" He says, "It's a important thing in the film." I said, "Sir, I only see Akshay Khanna, and I've
Hmm.
always been a huge admirer of his." He said, "वो करेगा?" I said, "Sir, पता नहीं, पर script सुना तो देते हैं. Let me make a call." So I called his manager, Vijay Gutke ji,
Okay.
and told him, and I knew Akshay even. I've been
Yeah.
trying to work with him over a few years. So I called up, he set up the meeting. Within 2 days, they had read the script, they said
Okay.
yes. Within that week, the monies were locked and the contract was signed.
Amazing.
Yeah, so the script has always been something which
Yeah.
has been a good script. It's always been a solid script, a
Yeah.
solid film. But I really believe that Uday, every film has its destiny. How much ever a
Absolutely.
filmmaker tries to tell the film, if I want to tell something today,
True.
and if it's not meant to be told today, uh, you know,
True. It
God
won't
will
happen.
God will pull those strings in such a way that it's not gonna happen. And when it's gonna happen, like I waited for 7, 8 years or
Mm.
more for this film to be told, and finally when
Yeah.
it happened, it's been told with this cast given to me.
Imagine, so
Yeah,
as they say,
yeah,
everything is destined. And
yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
going to ask you that as well about how you choose, a release medium for your project. And obviously, you said Netflix wanted to do work
Right,
with you again,
right,
after Maharaj, which again did very well on Netflix as well, and was so good for Junaid
right.
at the start of his career, and got everyone talking. Now, also for Sunny, Tariq Pe Tariq. I mean, that's iconic, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
And now you have him back in the role of a lawyer, which people are loving. And Dhurandhar has been huge for Akshay
yeah,
Khanna.
yeah.
And
So while we were shooting,
what
Dhurandhar
is
was.
the first project after Dhurandhar? It's this only. Sorry, you were saying.
I said while we were shooting, Dhurandhar had not released. Then
Ah,
while we were shooting, Dhurandhar released,
ah,
and we were still shooting. So
okay.
we've seen both the phases of pre and post.
Mm,
And even for Sunny sir, there were tough times, with Dharamji and all of the things that happened. But yeah, uh, this this entire getting them together, getting them for the cast together, working with them together, uh, has been a huge learning experience. Also, an experience where all of them were going through their own ups and downs, emotional upheavals. So it was a task. At the same time, it was gratifying because what they bring to the table as very experienced individuals to
yeah.
your film is invaluable.
Absolutely. And I remember asking this to Sunny Deol, I think at the time of Jat, when are we going to see on OTT? Because now everyone is going to OTT. And
Yeah, yeah,
he said it will happen soon. He didn't spell it out, but he said it will happen soon. So we got an
yeah.
indication that something is brewing, obviously, and now we know what that is. But talking about Dhurandhar, as you said, you were shooting with him during, pre and post the success.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
tell us about that. What you thought of his performance there, the kind of euphoria, and also how it was working with Akshay pre the success of Durandar and post the success of Durandar.
You
Because
know, yeah.
again, there were one or two filmmakers who came out. I think everyone read that and they said, "Oh, Akshay has changed after the success of Durandar," and all of that. They had leveled those
Yeah,
allegations. But
yeah, I
for
heard
you,
them
let's
too.
talk about how it was.
Uday, I don't think so. Akshay will change for anybody.
Mhm.
Akshay is Akshay, and he'll be what he is for every film. His approach, I would believe, is the same. Whatever I've understood of him, he's actually one of the simplest actors to work with. As much as people say he's complicated, he's problematic, all of those things, I would disagree. Once you know his way of working, you have to. These are senior actors. You have to adapt to their way of working. They will not adapt to your way of working. You have to find a synergy because you're collaborating with people. Sunny Sir's way of working is very different from Akshay's way of working. Very means they're totally opposite ends of the spectrum. It's my job as a director to get them together
Yeah.
and to make that. Also, Akshay respects seniors a lot. So Akshay
Mm.
had huge respect for Sunny Sir for whatever he said, for whatever he did. So pre Dhurandhar, post Dhurandhar, for me, Akshay is a very rational. Whatever I interacted with him, he also knows and believes this too shall pass. So he does not take success so heavily to his head, or I don't think so. He takes failure to his heart. He's very, very sorted in the life that he has, and he's very, very clear in the life he's living. And
Mm.
as an actor, he'll come very well prepared. He'll come prepared with his lines, with his dialogues. He will know what scene he wants to do. He will discuss it with you. Okay, this is the scene. He'll discuss it in the van, discuss what is in my mind, how am I looking at it, and then he'll say, okay, what time do you want to roll? He'll come exactly at that time, very punctual. Will come at that time, deliver the goods, and no faltu bakwas, no talking, no managers, no entourage at all,
Yeah.
none of that. Come,
Mm.
do your job, sit on set,
Yeah.
not going into your van. Interact with Sunny sir, interact with other people, do your job and go. You know,
Amazing.
so actually, much to other people's grouses,
Yeah.
and I can't speak for their experience, but I think he's one of the easiest people to work with if you know what you want, because he's just asking you to be professional and to be
Yeah.
very clear in your thought.
Yeah.
He wants to know that the director or the people who he's submitting to are in control of the material.
Yeah.
And that's not being, being difficult. That's just being professional. That listen, I'm
Yeah.
submitting myself to you and my career to you or my performance to you. You must be clear about your material. And if he's clear about
Absolutely.
that, he's all yours.
Absolutely. No, that's a great thing. And then we see how the end
You'll see it
results
in the
are.
film. You'll see it in the
Yes.
film. You'll see
Yes.
the you'll see
We're
the
already seeing,
yeah.
we're already seeing in the first look that you released, as I was saying. But what did you think of Durandar? Let's just
I
talk about
loved
that
it.
as well.
Aditya is a
Yeah.
very dear friend of mine. I
Uh,
have a personal bias with Aditya anyway
okay.
because he's a very dear friend since
Yeah.
the time he came to the industry as a writer. I've known him for a very, very long time. When he was in Dharma, I was in Dharma when he came trying to make a film for them, and he almost made a film for them. So I've known him for too long, and he's a lovely filmmaker. Akshay is
Hmm.
outstanding in the film,
Hmm.
but Akshay is a great actor. He's a
He is.
fantastic actor.
Yes.
Um, so, some people are saying, "Oh, रहमान डकैत का spillover, hangover अभी
Uh,
भी है, वो भी सुनने में आ रहा है." अब there's a certain image that the public has made out of him. Akshay Khanna is Akshay Khanna only. He adds certain layers of his
yeah.
personality or his stardom to a
Yeah.
character. Now that character will overlap with an iconic character like Rahman Dakait because it's the same face.
It will.
Uh,
It will.
so
I was just watching this movie Main Wapas Aunga, and the Danish Pandor suddenly comes
yeah,
there as
yeah,
well. And
yeah.
the people next to me in the hall, they're like, "Oh, Uzair Baluch aa gaya." So
Correct,
it's
correct, correct.
it's. I mean, he's nothing to do with that, but it's just because that success has happened. That people.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I agree with you.
Yeah. Okay. And as you said, the two reuniting after 29 years on your set, what was
Yeah.
the vibe like? What was the vibe like when they were interacting with each other? आपको भी border flashback आया, and interestingly, this is the year Border 2 also released. So
Ha, I know. And
another buzz,
And
another reason for the buzz.
Nidhi is a Rakhi sister to me.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm very close to JP uncle and the entire family. But the vibe was lovely. Yeah, the first time they met, they just hugged for 2 minutes. It was just, a tight hug for 2 minutes. They just stood, hugged, smiled at each other, and said, "Should we? Should we just do it?" And all the scenes anyway in the film are together. Everything is Akshay sir and Sunny sir, Akshay sir and Sunny sir. So they had to, they would do the lines, get the vibes with each other, understand each other's comfort level, and
Right.
then make the scene their own. And
Yes.
so with me, I would be there. And then we were shooting with three cameras. So we were always shooting almost a master and a OS together so that you get the movement, you get the reactions right then and there. Which made life easy for them and for me
Yes. For sure.
because then it's easier in terms of execution, also in terms of the bonding because they've known each other. There's I think in old school actors, there's a sense of respect. There's a sense of understanding of who you. Also, they come from. He's Dharamji's son. He's Vinod Khanna's son. Now, Dharamji and Vinod Khanna too have worked in films together. So they come with a lot of respect for the film industry, fraternity, for each other, for generations. I've seen that with them, and I've seen that respect which you don't see in today's actors to a certain level. They'll be busy on their phone or they'll be busy with managers and other things happening. These guys are on set, they're with you, they're talking to you, they're talking film, they're sitting with the unit. The unit feels that they're not stars because of only their films. They're stars because of what they bring as their persona to the table as well.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the thing about old school. There's nothing like old school, and as you said, that's what they were embodying on
Yeah.
your set as well. Now, there's a lot, of course, that we
But
can
Uday,
talk
they're
about.
very sharp.
Yes.
They are very, very aware of what film is releasing when,
Yeah.
what what shows are releasing when. So
Yeah.
they are very well read, well seen in terms of uh, they're aware of today's films, today's
Absolutely.
cinema. They're aware of South cinema.
Yeah.
They're aware of international cinema. They
Yeah.
will talk to you about scenes from certain films.
Yeah.
सो ऐसा
Amazing.
नहीं है कि ये पुराने जनरेशन का
हाँ,
मतलब ये कि पुरानी
हाँ,
सोच है. So
बिल्कुल.
they are very sharp. In
Yeah.
fact, in a courtroom drama, Sunny sir has pointed out about 6 or 7 things in the film which we, after working of 8 years, were like, "Oh my God, we missed this out." He said, "नहीं नहीं ये नहीं हो
Okay.
सकता, ये logically गलत है,
Okay.
ये logical." So they are that sharp that they were fixing. No, no, no. This has to be
Amazing.
correct.
Amazing. Okay, so great. And there's of course the ensemble is perfect. You know, you've got Dia and Tilotma and everyone.
Yeah, yeah,
Everyone's intrigued about how this lawyer is actually, defending someone he didn't like earlier and all of that. So there's a lot to talk about. This interview can go on, but we are almost out of time. I'm going to have to end by asking you a quick update because there's talk about another film that you're making very soon, Kamal or Meena. So can you
yeah.
share the timeline of that? I think your script is ready, if I'm not mistaken. I was
That's
reading.
correct.
So this is great for a filmmaker.
This
You know,
is
your
this
Ikka
is
is
the Kamal
coming
Amrohi Meena
already.
Kumari, yeah, Meena
हाँ,
Kumari
ऑलरेडी
biopic.
आगे की बात हो रही है तो बताइए कुछ.
आगे की बात यार, वो भी अपने ही किस्मत पे बनेगी, बिकॉज दैट्स अगेन डिपेंडेंट ऑन कास्टिंग, दैट्स अगेन डिपेंडेंट, इट्स अ वेरी बिग फिल्म. So while the script has come out outstanding, Bhavani Iyer, Kausal Munir have written it. It's based on their true life love letters. The Amrohis themselves are producing it. Meena ji had given all her life rights to Tajdar uncle. So officially, Meena ji's rights and Kamal Saab's rights. So it's an official film, which everybody, the family has heard. The script has been endorsed by everybody. Now it's on to, who will play Kamal Saab, who will play Meena ji. The budget is big, the recoveries, all of that. So those are modalities which are happening from the producers level once that comes into play. And again, when Kamal Saab and Meena ji and God tell me who's going to finally play this part, is when that film will be made. But besides Kamal and Meena, there's some very interesting films and stories that I'm working on
Yeah,
that in this year only will again surprise viewers that, oh, as a filmmaker, right from Via Family to Hitchki to
yeah,
Maharaj to Ikka to what I will come with new. There's also a series that I may be directing.
mhm,
It'll be my first ever series, which is
yeah.
a passionate, hardcore musical love story.
Okay.
Uh, मतलब
Wow.
मोहब्बत शिद्दत वाली लव स्टोरी है ये.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a story very close to me. We are in the writing stage of it, but that'll be the
Lovely.
first series I ever direct.
Yeah.
So there's some
Okay.
really good stories to
So
come
a lot
out.
in the pipeline. A lot in the
Yeah, and
pipeline.
different genres.
And I was just going to say that, what is so amazing about you as a filmmaker is the genres that you picked up, because all these projects that you just mentioned, from Via Family to Hichki to now Ikka and Maharaj, of course, as well, have been all different genres and so varied. And that's what your future projects also are shaping up to be. So
Thank
all the
you.
very best, Siddharth, for, of course, Ikka first, and then
Thank
the
you.
other projects as well. Thank you
I
for your
hope you enjoy it. I hope you. I'm waiting for you to watch the trailer and
looking
watch the
forward.
film as well. Yeah.
Looking forward. Thank you for being with
Thank
us.
you. Thank you.